It's 3:43 in the morning. I quit my job 12 hours ago. I woke up to turn my computer off. I cannot sleep. All I'm thinking about is going broke, worrying that I'll find work, worrying that I'll be able to pay my rent. We'll see what happens today. Day one of the life. Time to get going. So today's gonna be a little bit different for a few reasons. Number one, I had a rough night last night. So that's not helping. Number two, I just quit my job yesterday, which means I have to figure out everything with HR when I actually get to stop working. I'm not even sure if I put in a 2-week notice or if I just quit. So I have to figure that out. And number three, there's 2 jobs I kind of got lined up. I've got a plan, talk about that in a minute, but I gotta go talk to the people who are giving me those jobs and figure out how it's gonna work. For right now, number one priority, my old car's battery seemed to have died. Seems like it's all right. Never mind. If this thing's actually dead, that means I have to buy a new one. And my income stopped yesterday, so obviously not ideal. Yeah. And for some reason, the key doesn't even work in these locks. Number one, the jumper cables are in this car. I can't get into it, so no jumper cables unless my roommates or my landlord have some. Number two, if I can't open the locks to get in this car, I can't pop the hood to jump the car. So I'm really stuck here. Luckily, my neighbor has like a power pack, a battery thing that you plug into the wall and you put on the battery. I still can't pop the hood of the car, but I noticed that one of the windows in the back was a little bit down. So I'm going to try the old clothes hanger trick. But first I have to figure out what the hell's going on with this job I just quit. What a day out here. Normally I'd be sitting at my desk working on the computer. I just logged back on to check what was going on. Haven't heard from my manager. We had about a 5-minute conversation yesterday. She said she was going to talk to HR and get back to me, but I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be doing work right now. Anyways, got a clothes hanger. We're going to see how this thing goes. Needs to be like stronger, you know, to flip the latch. I dropped the clothes hanger in the car. I think this might be long and skinny enough to get down in there. There's just this little thing stopping it. Huh. It's definitely dead. Alright, well, I've got it plugged into this battery, which is plugged into the house. Still not starting. Alright, so seems like a new battery is a definite, which is fine. If I'm gonna be able to work, I gotta drive, so it's a necessary cost. 170 about, so we'll see where I'm at after that. We'll talk money and jobs later. Alright, so I headed into Boulder with my roommate. For right now, I'm heading over to a job site where there's a local handyman, odd jobs guy who I got connected through this roommate who may have some work for me. And then I'm going to meet someone who's getting me going on some canvassing with flyers for their home cleaning business. Luckily, my roommate has been in Boulder for about 2 years. She has a pretty good entrenchment into the gig economy here, which I guess I'm entering unintentionally. We'll see how this goes. It's really my first time going full out on the gigs rather than just doing them on the side of a full-time job. A wise, patient, and less impulsive man would have done a little bit more research into the job market before leaving his full-time job. I am not that man. I just met with Mark, aka Bubba. He runs a landscaping, carpentry, odd job business. He said he might have some stuff for me. For right now, he's got one project that's a maybe that I gotta go win myself. But other than that, he's saying things don't pick up for about another month and a half. So I've got a month and a half of income right now. Cutting it tight. So we're gonna see how this canvassing flyers goes. I'm gonna speak with this woman in about an hour. She's saying $15 an hour to put flyers on people's doors with no limit on how much I can work. Now that sounds a little bit too good to be true, but if it is true, that's a gig that can get me going, get me by, and push me on to a time when I can be working with Mark a little bit more full time, and the pay will be nearly double of the flyer business. So just got to keep trudging along. I'm going to go back to the co-working spot and hit up Craigslist again and see what I can drum up there. Maybe there's some gigs that I let pass by before or just didn't notice, and I'll just start sending emails and hopefully I can land something. So let's go. So, fairly eventful first day out of the old job and in with the new. Potential carpentry on the horizon. I've got a meeting with this family on Thursday night, do a walkthrough of the property. 2, we've got passing out flyers. Both of these people, though, the carpenter and the woman who started this cleaning business, have also indicated that they need help on like an operational front too. And I think that came up just because I mentioned to both of them that I just quit a corporate job. We'll see what opportunities arise there, but it's actually looking pretty promising. And even if it is just hourly labor doing whatever, I mean, that's all I really need for right now. But I thought we'd take a look at these flyers that I'm going to be passing out. Not bad. I mean, hundreds in there. She mentioned to me that this box is worth like a couple $100 of flyers. So obviously she's putting a good amount of money into it. She was also driving like an incredibly nice car, and she couldn't have been much older than me. She told me that she started this business right out of college and that cleaning has been incredibly lucrative. She's putting hundreds of dollars not only into my labor, not only into the flyers, but she indicated room to grow on the advertising front too, and just wanting to grow the business very fast. So not bad to start. I was just popping on Craigslist for a second. There's even more jobs out there. And driving into town today with my roommate, she was talking a lot about her time in the gig economy. I brought that up earlier, but she now works marketing, mostly freelance, but kind of steady freelance clients. Before that though, she was kind of all over the place. My new roommate who just moved in too, it seems like she did the same thing. And I haven't really done that since high school. I think most of my college jobs were pretty steady, even when I was like a donut fry cook my freshman year. And at least that was like several months. It wasn't just like a random gig job. But there's a lot more promise at the end of day one than there was at the beginning of day one. Obviously last night I was freaking out. Today I feel pretty okay. So I'm going to keep filming this and we're going to see how this thing goes, but I've got a couple grand in the bank. I found out I've got a week and a half left at my old job, finish out, so I'll get one more paycheck. It seems like a lot of my responsibilities though are like gone, and they pretty much know obviously that I'm leaving, so that's good. And other than that, it's just coming down to me getting out there and finding stuff. So tune in tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I got to replace the battery in my car. That way I can get going. With the flyers specifically, I talked a big game to this woman, and that led to a lot of the conversations about opportunities within the business and growing the business. So I got to deliver. I can't just tell her I'm going to knock it out of the park with the flyers and then not do anything for a few days. So I got to do some BlackRock stuff just because I've got this week and a half left, but I've also got to get out of the house in the afternoon and actually get some fucking flyers out there. So talk to you in the morning.